And today I'm going to do my October candle empties. And I decided to do it a little bit of vlog type style because, well, your girl went trick-or-treating last night, all night, and then the night before worked all night, and I am just looking a little bit down and out. So we're just going to do it this way, and let's go ahead and get started. The first candle I have to show you guys is pumpkin pecan waffles. And this was actually an exchange berry pumpkin strudel because the wicks kept extinguishing themselves about halfway through. So I exchanged it for this. I haven't had this in about a good year and a half, and I was kind of craving it a little bit. So when I first lit this candle, this wick right here was so teeny tiny that it would not barely even make a wax pull. Well, I tried to let it burn and pull out, and then the next time I lit it, it smelled completely burnt. Just a burnt scent. It didn't smell like pumpkin pecan waffles. It just smelled so like a burnt maple. So I decided to just go ahead and stick it on my wax warmer and get all the scent out that I could. So that's what I did. Of course, when I was burning it, it did end up having like that, like the grayish, dingy looking wax that all these white candles end up turning. It just didn't have a good burn. It wasn't throwing well. And to be honest with you, it didn't throw at all on my wax warmer. So really don't know if I would pick up any more of these for this year. Maybe I just got a dud. But I'm kind of like getting in the mood for pumpkin pecan waffles. I actually have a Mainstays pecan pumpkin cake burning in my kitchen right now. So I'm just kind of craving that scent a little bit. So I guess I'm just going to have to get it from the Mainstays. But that's my first candle. I will probably repurchase it in the future. Don't know if I will get this packaging this year. Okay, so the next candle I have for you guys is Vanilla Snowflake. This is the one from last year. I absolutely love this scent. It's so good. I had this from last year. I was hoarding it all year long until it came back. So then I burned it when I realized that it came back. A lot of my Vanilla Snowflakes in the past have been very strong. This one was on the lighter side. I burned this one in my bathroom. This was in my kitchen. And I just kind of wish it was stronger. Scent, though, probably was a 5. Burned very well. A little wax residue left over. The wax was a very pretty baby blue, but it turned a little murky, as usual, with the light-colored candles. A little sooting on the top there, but other than that, a great burning candle. Would definitely repurchase it, and I already have a couple backups from this year's packaging. Like I said, this one was last year's with the pretty little snowflake lid. But I love Vanilla Snowflake. My hands-down favorite one from the winter time, like my favorite winter collection. A really great creamy vanilla with like a wintry mint added in. So I have this one. This is actually a return as well. I did get through about 1/4 of a Harvest Gathering from the Marble collection. Completely dudded out 1/4 of the way through. Would not light anymore. Could not keep the wicks going. They just kept puttering out. So I actually exchanged this one for a Magic in the Air. But I wanted to show you guys because I had kept that. Next, I have a peach meringue. This burned in my kids' room, and I absolutely loved it. My husband loves peach scents, so this is right up his alley. Burned wonderfully all the way down. My kids did tip it over, so a little bit of the wax had already poured out, but that's okay. Like I said, wonderful burn. Scent, though, of probably a good 6 or 7. Take Georgia peach, Harvest peach, and add just a good bit of vanilla. Harvest peach and Georgia peach, if I'm not mistaken, says that there's some vanilla in it. But this is amped up. Like the vanilla is amped up in it. Smells wonderful. One of my favorite scents. I will definitely be stocking up on this one. It's just hands down great. If you guys have been thinking about getting it, I think it's worth trying. Good recommendation from me. Next, I have a Fireside from last year. They brought this back as well this year in the exact same packaging, the White Barn colored collection. Same color glass, just that dark brown. But this one, the wax was a dark brown color. And in the one this year, the wax is white. Smells amazing. Just like a smoky fireplace. Maybe just a tad bit of cologne in the background, but not a strong cologne. More of just like that burnt firewood fireplace type of a scent. Love it. Scent throw of a good 7 or an 8. Burned wonderfully. And it's not one that I would stock up on by any means. But I may purchase it in the future. I really don't think I need one this year. I do have a Comfort Fireside from last year as well. So I think that I'm set on that scent this year. I may pick one up next year if it comes back. Okay, all I have here is the lid. This was Spiced Pomegranate Cider. It broke, actually. I just came home from work one day and the wax chunk was sitting on my counter. My husband or my kids must have knocked it off, but I had to end up chunking the wax up and making it into wax melts. But this is a really good candle as well. It's kind of very generic to me. It's just like an apple cider scent. Scent throw, probably of a good 6 or 7. I do enjoy it, but it's nothing to write home about, nothing to hoard. If you haven't picked it up, I really don't think you're missing anything. Just an apple cider scent is really all that is. Next, I have one of my all-time favorites from last year. This is Radiant Red Maple. I only have one more of these, one left in my collection. I may have to hunt down on Evil Bay to find me another one because I really, really like this one. But to be honest, this one did not burn great for me at all. I think it had a little bit of burning issues. You can't see it now because it evened out at the end. Completely burned all the way to the bottom, but I think it had a little bit of tunneling going on. I think it had some puny wicks. Scent throw wasn't as strong as I'd like it to be, but I love the scent that I get from it in general. Just a really great marshmallow apple wood smell. Very, very unique. Some hated it, some loved it. That's kind of what this candle is. You either hate it or you love it, and I loved it, and I really wish they would have came back out with it. But other than that, really, really great scent. When it was throwing, I really wish the scent throw was a lot stronger. I think I only got maybe topped off out of 5 or 6. Really wish it would have been so much more than that, but it wasn't. But what can you do, right? I still love the scent, and I would definitely pick it up again if it came back. Next, I have a pumpkin pie. This is from this year, of course. Cute little bronze pumpkin lid. Love it. This was burning in my living room. Radiant Red Maple in my bedroom, peach meringue in my kids' room, bathroom, kitchen, living room. Okay, so this one is just your, once again, generic pumpkin spice scent. A lot of people love this candle. I mean, hoard worthy for some people. You do get a creamy pumpkin crust type of a note in there. Like, it really does genuinely smell like pumpkin pie. I'm all over my words today. I'm so sorry. Guys, forgive me for that. Very spicy. I really like this. I mean, it is a good scent. It's just generic. It's just one of those pumpkin spice scents that you can probably get from anywhere. But it burned wonderfully all the way down to the bottom. Scent, though, of a good 7. I would pick it back up. I would. Don't think I need another one this year. But it's really, really good, and a lot of people love it. It's a really great crowd pleaser. Okay. Next, I have one of my all-time favorites, and this is Toasted Graham Latte. Love this. Love it. This reminds me a lot of pumpkin spice cheesecake without the pumpkin. I really just get a cheesecake note out of this with a little bit of like a toffee scent in it. Oh my, it's so wonderful. It's so strong. This burned in my kids' room as well, all the way down to the bottom. There's a little bit of soot there on top, but it didn't give me a problem while burning. Scent throw of a good 8. Very strong. A strong cream cheese scent. Now, some people get cream cheese like I do. I get a wonderful cream cheese scent. Other people get a curdled milk type of a scent like they do with pumpkin spice cheesecake. I don't. I get that wonderful creamy cheese. Cheesecake note, and I absolutely love it. And I have hoarded this candle up. And yeah, I think I'm pretty good on this candle. Oh, wonderful. If you like scents like I do, you would really, really like that. I'm into bakery. That's one of my favorites. And spicy craft store scents. Those are my all-time fave. Next, I have a Sweater Weather. This burned in my bathroom as well. Sweater Weather is very strong, although I will say this one was not as strong as they were in the past. Obviously, if you can tell, I had tons and tons of sooting on this candle. Very well could have been my fault. At the end, I may not have trimmed the wicks, but as I'm seeing right now, they don't look like they're that big. Don't really know why all this sooting happened. This is a crazy amount, guys. Like, this is crazy. I could probably go to my bathroom and wipe my wall and probably get some of the soot left from this candle off. But man, is this a strong wonderful fresh scent. It's like a eucalyptus meets, I think it's balsam, if I'm not mistaken. Juniper berry, aromatic eucalyptus, fresh woods, and sage. Well, I mean, it's close to that, but just very fresh. Sweater weather has been around for ages, and it's also just a super strong fall scent. Perfect name for it because it reminds you of the weather that you need a sweater in. Okay, let's keep going. I'm silly. I need to stop. I have a spooky vanilla here, and let me tell you guys this. This is crazy. This candle burns so fast. I think I've had probably 5 or 6 of these. I think I only have one left, so I think I've got down now. But this candle in general is a fast burner. I don't know if it's just because maybe I'm not paying attention and I leave it burning for a long time, and maybe it burns up that way. But it's just your original vanilla. Some say this is vanilla pumpkin marshmallow repackaged. Some say vanilla bean repackaged. Some say vanilla bean marshmallow repackaged. I just think it's all of those. It's just vanilla bean marshmallow. I really don't get a pumpkin scent in there. I mean, it's just your typical vanilla scent. It's great, though. This is a very good candle to have if you have company coming over, because no one's really, taken back by a vanilla scent. I think it's just a really good guest candle to have. I love it. The scent, though, was probably a good 7. Pretty strong for a vanilla scent, and I would definitely pick it up again. You always got to have some vanilla candles on standby. It was a really pretty green, lime green color. As you can tell now that it has discolored a little bit of sooting right there on the side, and hardly any wax residue as I can see. Maybe just a little bit of fogginess, but that's okay with Bath & Body Works. We know that's how they are, but we still love them anyways. So yeah, that was a good one. I would pick that up again. Okay, we have one more candle, and then I'll get into my wax melts. And I have the wonderful Winter. I love Winter. This is amazing. So strong. Knock you in your face. This is just a very fresh scent. It says pine needles, sparkling clementine, and clove. And that's really exactly what you get. You get a little bit of citrus in the background. You get that pine scent with a little bit of spiciness. And it is absolutely to die for. Wonderful strong scent. A good 8 to a 9 scent throw. Burned wonderfully. All the way down. No problems whatsoever. This is this year's packaging. A little bit of soot right there on the top. That's okay by me. Oh, now I'm seeing a little bit on the sides here. Didn't see that before, but what can you do? So it looks like this one sooted a little bit. This year's packaging, when I was looking for my winter candle from last year, I couldn't find it in my stash. It's probably just pushed in the back, but I was wanting to burn last year's before this year's because that's just how I am. But I couldn't find it, so I just decided to go ahead and burn this year's because I can pick more up. So these are the candles that I burned this month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, with one that I returned, which would make 12, but I didn't burn it all the way. So really about 11 and a half candles. That's normally my typical number is about between 10 and 15. On a good month, I can get up to 15 candles, but typically it's between 10 and 12, around that area. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I got through a big chunk of candles. And now let's go ahead and get into some wax melts. Okay, so I sat my candles up right here, and let's go ahead and get into these wax melts that I have. So I went through a Sensationals Pumpkin Marshmallow Cream. Wonderful. This is also a dupe to that Spooky Vanilla over there. Smells just like vanilla pumpkin marshmallow or pumpkin, oh goodness. Oh, I can't even think. Pumpkin marshmallow. Vanilla pumpkin marshmallow. Goodness gracious, I couldn't get that out. But this is a dupe to that from Bath & Body Works. This is actually one of the strongest wax melts that I have gotten from Sensationals or Better Homes and Garden. Very, very strong. I do my wax melts on a scent level of 1 to 5, 5 being great, 1 being not great. This is a straight up 5. I mean, it's the strongest one I think I've almost had, besides one other. This is my all-time favorite. This one and one other one, which I actually don't have in here, but it is called Candied Citrus Pumpkin. Wow, that one is hands down so strong. Just as strong as this one right here. But this one is also a very good runner-up. This is probably a scent, though, of a 4, right under the vanilla one. And this is Warm Pumpkin Cookies, and wow, this is great. This is so, so good, y'all. Just your spicy pumpkin cookie bakery scent. I have already purchased about 2 backups. Love this. If these go on clearance, I'm going to stock up. I never thought that I'd be the kind of person that would buy a sleeve of a wax melt, but this one and Candied Citrus Pumpkin, I think I'd buy a whole sleeve of these because this is absolutely amazing. And I'm really getting into melting wax lately. Oh gosh, I think I got some oil on my lip. Oh, yeah, I did. I got a horrible taste now. I got some of that like spicy oil in my mouth from a Wallflower or from a wax melt. The next one I have is a duo pack from Better Homes and Garden. And did I say that's Better Homes and Garden as well? This is spiced apple pie with half apple pie and half cloves. Wow. I really like a clove scent. And when I found that they had just a clove wax melt, oh my goodness, I fell in love. This is heaven for me. I love the scent of clove. I don't know what it is, but the spiciness and the warmth, I just absolutely love it. So this is great together. Typical apple pie scent, very spicy, very bakery. Loved it. Scent, though, of probably a good 4 as well with the wax melts. Wonderful. Just, I really like these wax melts. These are really, really good. I'm so glad I got into them. I would like to get into doing some vendor wax, but I'm scared to even go that far into it because I already have such an addiction to Bath & Body Works, and I'm getting into these wax melts. And if I go into vendor wax, I may never come back, you know, so I'm a little nervous. Next, I have Sensationals Peppermint Vanilla Macaroon. And this is actually melting in my bedroom right now beside of the Bath & Body Works Candle Peppermint Marshmallow. So, very, very good, you know, well, it just goes very good with the candle that I have burning already, just to amp up the scent a little bit. And that is the good thing about wax melts, is if you have a candle burning and you want to amp up that scent a little bit, you can find a wax melt and a scent close to it, and you can amp up the scent throw of it. So that's something that I really, really like about wax melts. But this is really good. It's not too strong. It's probably around a 3. But it does amp up that peppermint marshmallow just enough for me to walk into my room and smell peppermint heaven. I loved it. So I would probably pick that one up again. I actually would pick all of these up again. And then the last wax melt that I have is the Mainstays Pecan Pumpkin Cake. I'm sure you guys have heard about this. This is the dupe of Pumpkin Pecan Waffles from Bath & Body Works. It's actually really, really good. The Mainstays wax is a little bit smaller than the Sensationals and the Better Homes and Gardens, and also they have a good scent throw, but it just doesn't last as long. Where these would last a good day, 24 hours in my warmer, this one would probably only go for about 12 hours. But they're only 93 cents compared to these are $2, so I don't really mind that at all. But this is really, really good. I will be picking up more of these because, like I said, I'm kind of wanting some of that pumpkin pecan waffle scent, and that candle didn't do it for me, but these wax melts sure did. I'm all over my words. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to. Okay, so last but definitely not least, but least for some people, I'm going to show you guys my Wallflowers that I have been using for the past 2 months. I didn't get to show you these in my last couple of empties, and I didn't get to show you these in my last candle empties. I'm going to start putting my Wallflowers into my fragrance empties at the end of the month. So these are the ones that I have had collecting for about 2, maybe 3 months. So I have a couple. So let's go on ahead and get into these. I feel like I went through a good bit this month. I'm very proud of myself. Okay. First, I have a pumpkin apple. That was in my kitchen. Absolutely loved it. Definite repurchase. Next, I have a radiant red maple. My love. That's in my bedroom. I can still smell it as we speak right now. Would love to repurchase that if they brought that back. I have a Leaves. I put this one in my living room. Strong. So strong to the very last drop. I actually just changed it out. And I put a Warm Apple Pie in its place. And both of these are doing, well, both of these have done amazing in my living room. This one did amazing, and this one is doing amazing. So strong. Love it. I had a Sweater Weather in my bedroom. It was okay. Wasn't as strong as I'd want it to be, but it was good. A home pumpkin spice cheesecake. I actually have it on my dresser right now. I haven't even got to plug this one in. So really, this probably isn't an empty, but it will be by the end of the month. I have a pumpkin fireside. I plugged this in my bathroom. I never smelled it. I don't know what this is even supposed to smell like. I never got anything out of it. Completely unscented. Don't even know what it's supposed to be. It says fall pumpkin, vanilla bean, and smoky cinnamon. Didn't get a drop of anything. Not now and nothing. Okay. I had a pumpkin pie. This was also in my bedroom. Didn't really get much from this either. Couldn't smell anything. A pumpkin French toast. This one is in my bedroom, but then I changed it to my kids' room. And this one just smells like a really sweet maple when you walk in. Just overly sweet, like my kids had poured maple syrup on their floor, and it's just kind of been sitting there. I can smell it. It's good. It's just okay. It's not great or anything, but it's alright. Next, I have my beloved Autumn. This is in my bathroom. I smelled it for like the first week, and then it went completely unscented, so it's probably about time for me to change it. So I'll have to pick something else soon to put in there. I have a berry pumpkin strudel. I put this one in my kids' room. I did smell it. It was actually very good, and I was very happy with it. And then last but not least, another pumpkin spice cheesecake. Had this one in my kitchen. Couldn't smell it whatsoever. So yeah, here's an overview of everything that I used this month. I'm very, very happy. And yeah, so that was my October fragrance wax and candle empties. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.